Now, many of you already know that Nio, ladies and gents, not only are they, of course, selling cars, deploying charging stations, but they are also deploying battery swapping station, which is a technology that is unique to the Nio, of course, company, which is something that, of course, makes so many of the Nio investors, so many of those that want to buy the Nio cars to look forward into swapping their batteries in their car rather than going the normal route of charging their batteries. Now with this, you will know that Nio, by the end of this year, their target is to reach a total of 2,300 battery swapping stations in China. You will know that in Europe, Nio currently has plus minus 30 battery swapping station, which of course tells you or has to show you that Nio is not only deploying this in China, but they are also deploying these battery swapping station wherever they sell their cars, which is something that is pretty amazing. And the good thing is that, ladies and gents, Nio is not or Nio's plans is not to keep this battery swapping station or to restrict this battery swapping station to themselves or to those that buy the Nio cars, but rather they want to spread it out to almost everyone that want to go into partnership and let their users or those that buy the EV cars of other brands to also enjoy the battery swapping stations. I mean, we know, or you will know by now, that Nio has signed two strategic partnership when we look into battery swapping stations, and that is of course Schengen and of course Geely. Though both of those two companies or the EVs into those two companies will have the benefit of going to utilize Nio's battery swapping stations to of course to swap the batteries in their car rather than going the normal route of going to a charging station, which we all know that it takes some time, or charging might take some time, which is why it is convenient to go the normal route of going, of course, and swap the battery in your car rather than, of course, going the normal route, right? I mean, it also save you of course, the liability that lies with you buying the car with the battery. I mean, a battery, you'll know that in an EV car, it is one of the most expensive things. I mean, there are some EV cars where you get the battery coming around $20,000, which should that battery get to have a problem, you would have to pop in another $20,000 to buy a new battery, which with Nio, if you subscribe to bus, then you know you don't own a battery, but rather you rent or you of course swap the battery in your car whenever you feel like. Health check is always performed into the batteries that you find into a battery swapping station. So this is something that is pretty amazing. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, we read wonderful news when it comes to battery swapping stations, and that is the news of the Nio CEO indicating that for Nio's battery swapping station to be profitable, each battery swapping station will need to complete at least 60 swaps per day, which is something that, of course, looking at an average of 60,000 battery swapping station that Nio is completing per day, they are not yet there, which is something that, of course, it is making me want to see the day when Nio gets to see all of their battery swapping stations getting to 60 per day, because he said that should it happen like that, it means that Nio's battery swapping station segment of the business will then become profitable. But one of the good things that he mentioned is that in Shanghai, ladies and gents, which is a city in China where Nio is currently selling or doing the most in terms of sales, and the Nio CEO indicated that they are already completing 80 battery swaps on average into the battery swapping stations that are deployed in Shanghai, which means that all of the battery swapping station in Shanghai, which I don't know how many, they are getting 80 battery swaps on average per day, which is something that is pretty amazing, something that is pretty good, because that means that the battery swapping stations, or all battery swapping stations in Shanghai of Nio, they are profitable, which is something that is pretty amazing, something that is pretty good. And I cannot wait to see, of course, Nio expanding this to the other, of course, cities in China, though they are still a bit far, because, ladies and gents, if let's say for instance we are to multiply 60 by the 2,300 battery swapping stations that Nio wants to see themselves of course getting or having in China by the end of this year, it takes this number to roughly, or it takes the daily swapping station rate to be around 138,000 battery swapping stations per day. So for Nio to get to 60 swaps per day per battery swapping station, they will need to complete around 138,000 battery swapping 138,000 battery swaps per day, which that will average into 60 swap when we look into the 2,300 that Nio intends to deploy by the end of this year. So I'm very excited about this news, and to know that there is already a city that is Shanghai, which is already seeing an average of 80 swaps per battery swapping station, makes me to be really excited. I mean, with Shanghai, as I'm saying, I'm not surprised because Nio is doing the most, or is selling most of their cars there, which is something that makes me to be really excited. Now, one of the things that will push these 60 swaps per day for Nio, it is the partnership, or the strategic partnership, that Nio is signing with the big, of course, automakers in China. I mean, as I've said, the two automakers that Nio has signed, of course, partnerships is, of course, Chang'an and, of course, Geely, who, ladies and gents, their EV buyers or EV users will be using Nio's battery swapping stations. Also, this makes me to be really excited because they will help Nio get to the 60 battery swapping stations per day. And to know that the Nio CEO also hinted that they have, of course, signed another, of course, partnership, makes me to be really excited because it looks like there's already a third company that has joined Geely and Chang'an to become Nio's partners, which entails those companies using Nio's battery swapping stations to get, or to make their users enjoy battery swapping stations that is currently being deployed by Nio. So I'm very excited about this. And this, ladies and gents, once we get the Nio's battery swapping station, of course, segment becoming profitable, it will be a good thing, because those people that have been saying that is a waste of money, they are burning a lot of cash by this technology, and they will, of course, start seeing the light. In fact, I think some of them are already seeing the lights, especially with the partnerships that are coming of those big companies coming to want to join Nio onto this battery swapping station business. I think they are already seeing the light, and to get to know or see that we are just left with plus minus 70,000 battery swaps more than what we are getting, it makes me to be really excited, because chances are very high that next year by this time we could see Nio hitting probably this, or some months we'll see Nio hitting this figure, which will be so amazing to see. I know that the battery swapping stations will be more, but I think we will be getting to see soon Nio, of course, completing 138,000 battery swaps per day, especially looking at the fact that Nio won't only be selling their cars next year around the same time, but they would have introduced their sub brand, which will also use the Nio battery swapping stations. And this, ladies and gents, gives me the hope to say that we might get to see Nio finishing the year 2024 reaching a battery swapping, or each battery swapping station on average completing 60, which will be so amazing for Nio, which is something that, of course, it is also exciting me as a Nio investor. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least to get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. It is always good that before you buy the Nio stock, you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.